Hello, everybody. My name is Shah. I'm an immigration attorney in the Bay Area. I am also the president of the Shah Law Group. Our law firm deals mostly with immigration law, but also some other areas of law like debt settlement. I made this video today because I get a very frequent question regarding people who are on a green card and who are traveling outside the United States. I get that question probably every time I'm on the radio. I get that question. Okay, I left for 7 months. Did I lose my green card? Or how long can I leave this country for? Or what happens? When can I file for my citizenship? Well, first of all, you have to distinguish the two. One is a matter of maintaining the green card, and two, it's a matter also of keeping what we call the continuity in order to be able to file for your citizenship. And Hassan Abdullah, my partner in the office, has written a very interesting article on that, and you can check that article on our website. It's called "Travel While on Green Card: Maintenance of Permanent Residence." In simple terms, I'm going to try to kind of assess this article and assess the situations of people on lawful permanent residence, the green card holders, and how they can actually maintain their green card while traveling, but at the same time maintain their ability to get a citizenship in the United States without having to wait longer to get the citizenship. And that article will give you more details. I'm just going to talk in simple terms here. Two important factors. One, keep the green card. Two, be able to to obtain the citizenship while you stayed abroad for a long period of time. For one, let's look at the green card process, the green card part of it. I mean, the permanent residence. You, in order for you to maintain your permanent residence while you're traveling abroad, one of the things that I always advise a client, make sure if you're traveling for more than 6 months outside, you have a good explanation when you come back. Because there is a presumption you have deemed to have abandoned that green card, that permanent residence, while you travel more than 6 months. And when you come back, you'll have to give an explanation. But you also have another problem, because if you stay more than 6 months, you have a problem of the immigration. When you file for your naturalization, which is your citizenship, they can claim that you have broken the continuity which is required in order to obtain your citizenship. For example, you need 5 years to file citizenship, and out of those 5 years, you have to be present in the United States for 30 months. And you will ask the question, well, that what happens to the rest of the 30 months? That means the other 2.5 years. Well, you can be traveling. For example, someone can leave the country for 2.5 months and then come back. He went on a vacation or she went on a vacation or travel for business. That is acceptable. As long as you show that basically you're not doing it too frequently, you should be okay. And that's where, when you add it together, you still have 2.5 years that you're present in the United States. And the same rule applies if you are eligible to file through a permanent residence to a spouse, which requires only 3 years to be filed, and you will need 18 months in this case to be able to file because it's a 36 months period. Now the question is, for when it comes to for the green card part, if you overstay now more than 12 months outside the United States, there's a big chance that the officer at the port of entry, when you reach the airport, might say, you know what, you abandoned your green card. I'm not going to let you in. There are three things that might happen. One, they might let you in with a warning. Two, they might just tell you, you know what, you got to go to the USCIS office and prove that you didn't abandon your green card. Three, they might put you in front of a judge for what we call basically an inspection, where the judge you will have to prove to the judge, and the burden is on you to prove to the judge that you never abandoned the green card. There are many ways to prove that. For example, if you were sick, for example, if you maintain ties to the United States, or you're working for an American company. But I'm not getting into those details, how to prove that. What I'm saying here is just to be cautious and make sure that you are doing the right thing to maintain that green card. That's one thing now. If you stay more than 1 year and you're coming back, you better be careful. You better be ready. Have a good explanation. Have a good attorney also by your side who will analyze your case. For example, I had a situation where the parents left the country to go abroad, uh, and they took the child with them. And there's a law which says all the mistakes of the parents is imputed to the child. That means the child is responsible as much as the parents for leaving. So what happens? They left, and after that, 2 years later, the child grew a little bit. He was like 15 years old now. At, at the time they left, I think he was like 13 years old. Now he became 15. He came back to United States. They left him inside United States, but they placed him in deportation removal proceedings. At this point, we had to go and demonstrate to the immigration judge that this child has never abandoned his green card in the United States. The truth is that the judge was not convinced. He's saying, well, the mistake of the parents goes to the child, unfortunately. That's the law. But we were able to show that he had ties and he didn't make his decisions. And he also now has, at this point, when the case was going on in court, it took almost 2 years for that case. He pretty much rebuilt his ties to the United States. He was doing very well in school. He was first in his class. He was good in music, good in playing football, and the judge gave him a chance this time to get back his green card. I was very, very surprised on this case. It was not luck, it was hard work, but the judge gave him a chance. But that kind of chance doesn't happen all the time. So you need to be very careful. If you're going to stay outside the United States for more than 6 months, I would put it on the 6 months just to be on the safe side. Get what we call a re-entry permit. The re-entry permit is a form I-131. It will allow you sometimes to stay more than 2 years outside without losing your green card. The next thing that I will advise is, I'm not talking about citizenship here because that is not protecting your citizenship. It's protecting only your green card. The other thing is that if you think you can play the system by going back and forth on the green card, say, oh, I left for less than 6 months. I left for 4 months. I came back to the United States for 1 month, and then I came back. After that, I left again for another 5 months, and I came back for 2 months. If you keep doing that, the sequence that you're creating is a sequence where someone at the border will notice and say, you know what, you don't really need that green card. You're going back and forth. You're basically not staying in the United States. Why you need to keep that green card? We're taking it away from you. So that concept that many people have of, hey, I just traveled for 2-3 weeks. I stayed in the United States and then I went back and maintained my green card. It might be a good argument, but the truth is that it doesn't fly all the time. So you need to be very careful. So don't abuse that. So you need to make sure if you're going to stay outside for a longer period than 6 months, get your re-entry permit. And the second part of it is to have the continuity part of it to file your citizenship. As I mentioned earlier, if you have a situation where you left the country more than 6 months, let's say even after that, you convince the officer, no, you have not lost your green card. That doesn't mean you're going to get your citizenship. Because what happens then, once you do that more than 6 months, and usually you can always fight it, but you have to have good arguments. Once you have passed that, when you file for naturalization, they're going to look at the paperwork and they're going to say, you know what, you didn't maintain that continuity that we need the presence of 2.5 years, or in case of a VAWA or a marriage petition naturalization, you didn't maintain 18 months. We are going just to cut you off and not allow you to file for the green card. I mean, not to file for the naturalization. I apologize for that. So it is very, very important that you don't play with the green card as if it's something that is for granted. I've seen so many cases of people, and I get questions pretty much every day. Oh, how much time can I travel abroad? How much time can I stay outside? If you're planning to do this, have a plan. Talk to an attorney, an experienced immigration attorney, who can basically run and brainstorm ideas with you how possibly you can leave the country and maintain the green card. That's one thing. Now, naturalization is a totally different story. There are exceptions to the rules of naturalization. If you break your continuity, for example, what you will need to do, you will need to wait 4 years and 1 day, then you can file for your citizenship. I repeat that. You have to wait 4 years and 1 day, then you can file for your citizenship. And in case of a marriage petition, it will be basically 2 years and 1 day because it's half the time. So you need to be very, very, very careful what you're doing and how you're doing it. The biggest problem we see with clients is that they see things on forums or they see things written somewhere, which doesn't come from a lawyer, and they believe them. Some people got away with it, so they believe they can get away with it. Remember, immigration now, the USCIS, formerly known as the INS, is becoming more and more strict. They're applying the laws very, very strictly. They're they're not lenient like before on many things. So they will make sure that you are complying with the laws. And if you're not, they will apply the law on you. That means if you abuse your status of legal permanent residence, which is the green card holder, they will take action, including putting you in removal proceeding, which is deportation. On the other hand, filing for your citizenship, if you have past time and they still let you in, just make sure you hire an attorney, because for one, you broke the continuity, and two, an officer might not have seen that you abandoned the green card, but when you file for naturalization, they can claim you abandoned that green card. So be very, very careful. And if you want more tips on this, you can read that article. It's a very interesting article. I put the link on the bottom of this Facebook. Read the entire article. It will give you some ideas how the law works and the sections of the law I'm talking about. And if you have any questions regarding immigration, feel free to call us on 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. And you can also check our website on peerallylaw.com, Peerally law.com. Just as a matter of disclaimer, anything I told you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely based on the information I gave you today. And till the next video, I'll say goodbye. I'll see you soon. And this is Shah.